Hey guys, we finally hit 1,000 rounds in this Sig Sauer P365 DH3 AXG. And I got a lot of things I want to cover in today's video. It has not been all rainbows and butterflies. There have been some concerns that came up, and I want to get to that later in the video. So just to give you guys a rundown, today we're going to kind of talk about what this gun is if you are unfamiliar with it, how its reliability is, how it feels to shoot, how I've been carrying it so far, what I plan on changing with it, and the concerns and issues I've noticed thus far. So before we get into it, just want to make a quick disclaimer, guys. I did purchase this gun with my own money. Sig Sauer did not send this gun out. So I want you to know that there is no bias. I'm not being paid to say anything good or bad about this thing. And while we're on the topic, yes, this is empty, free, and clear, and safe for YouTube standards. So let's get into what this thing is if you guys don't know, because this still is one of the newer releases from Sig Sauer. And at this time of filming, there really aren't a whole lot of videos out on it. Essentially, this is a fuse comp, or the big brother of a macro comp that comes with the AXG aluminum grip. They also offer this in a standard Palmer grip. I opted to go for the more expensive AXG grip. I do like the fact that it is a little bit heavier. I think this is about 3 ounces heavier than the standard Palmer. And I also like that you can change out these grip panels right here. The barrel length here is 3.7. Basically, it's the same barrel that you would get in a XL model. You will notice that if you look down here, there is no barrel in there. They just kind of stop the barrel short right here, and then they continue the slide, and then they cut these. They call it a comp. It's really just 2 port cuts right there. But so far, I will say it's been pretty effective. This gun does shoot rather flat, so I'd say it's working. How I've been carrying this so far, because unfortunately my holster is not here still, I've been actually rocking my old school Vertex tactical fanny pack. I was kind of surprised that a gun of this size fit in here, but it fits really well. I've been using this holster that I had made. Actually, this was made for my X Macro. So this is from Crossbreed Holsters. Fits in there perfectly, snug. And yeah, now I can not have to wait to get my new holster before I want to start carrying this, now that it's broken in and proven to be reliable enough for me to carry. So as far as how this thing shoots, I'm not gonna lie, this thing shoots pretty damn well. I'm quite impressed for it being a P365. In my mind, I was really questioning the limitations. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this gun is not cheap. So when I purchased this, I was kind of on the fence. I mean, granted, it's roughly $300 more for the AXG model, so I could have saved some money and not went that route. And I imagine the gun probably shoots pretty similar. You're probably getting a little bit less recoil with a heavier frame, but I thought this would look a little bit nicer, feel a little bit nicer, so I went this route. If I can get my hands on a non-AXG version one, I'll do a video down the road and let you guys know, is it really worth spending the extra 300 bucks? As far as how flat this thing shoots, I am really shocked. With the longer slide and the comp, I did expect it to be pretty flat, but I will say it is flatter than I expected for how lightweight this gun is. Now, the feel of this gun in the hand, I love the feel of a 365. I think this thing, the width and grip of the X Macro style grip, this slightly longer length, for me personally, it fits perfectly. I wear a size large in mechanics gloves for reference, but for me, it's still enough. I can get my support hand on there, and it really lets me strongly grip down on this. I will say, between the last 2 range sessions, I noticed this grip panel here, yes, it feels like decent texture just holding it, but when you're doing a lot of rounds, you do wish for something a little bit more aggressive. Now, carrying this, would I say the opposite? I will let you know. I can imagine that being better in the waist, not as abrasive, but if you're gonna be taking this thing out for long range sessions like I do, you'll notice these grip panels they just don't quite fill the need. As far as reliability, so if you guys haven't seen my first shots video, I did 500 rounds, all 115 grain. If you guys are unaware, there's a bit of an ammo shortage right now for one reason or another. Ammo's been a little bit harder to get than usual. Then we went back out, I did 300 rounds of 124 grain, and then 200 rounds of 147 grain to see really how this thing handles different weights of ammo. As far as reliability, I'm happy to say this thing shot 100% reliable. I don't know if I expected any less. My X Macro, I've carried that for 2 years. I never really had any reliability issues with that. So as far as the 365 platform, it was something I had high expectations for, but you never know. When they come out with a new gun, change springs, change dimensions and weights, you might have some teething issues, might have some hiccups. So I am definitely impressed that it ran so well so far. Now, things I do plan on changing on this, I'm gonna get rid of this optic here. This is the Vortex Defender Enclosed Solar CCW. So I do have a Romeo X enclosed SIG lock coming. I've not used the compact SIG lock model yet. I do have two different types of panels coming from Lock Grips in different textures. I got black for both of them. I think black is really the only color that would work with the Coyote here, so I kept it simple. And I'm going with the Safariland Incog X. It's a holster that's newer to the market than some of the other brands have been around for a while. And I've wanted to try it. So I was very pleased to see that they had a fuse model that actually works with the weapon light. I'm gonna be throwing a Streamlight TLR7 Sub X HLX. I might be saying that wrong, guys. It's the first one I had. It's a smaller light, but it's the most lumens you can get for the size. So now that we've got all the good stuff out of the way, let's talk into some negatives, because unfortunately, this gun has not been the perfect experience yet. So I have 5 concerns, and I will say you guys might think some of these are trivial. You guys might think some of these are deal breakers. Nonetheless, I'm here to tell you my experience so you guys can make an educated choice on whether or not you want to spend your hard-earned money on this firearm. Because again, this is not a cheap firearm by any means. So starting from the beginning, the very first thing I noticed that was a little weird with this firearm. When I first got it, and I went to rack this slide, I was actually on video, I showed the trigger off, I go to rack this slide and show the reset. For whatever reason, that thing did not want to actually rack, and it was just really stiff and really gritty. Now, could that just be a new spring breaking in? Did they not grease it properly? I don't know, but normally, I don't clean a gun until I do 1,000 rounds. This bad boy right here got a clean, fully broken down before it even hit the range. Cleaned the whole thing, oiled the whole thing, went out, shot 500 rounds. Did that video for you guys, it came back, thing was filthy, broke it all down again, cleaned it again. Now it's running nice and smooth. So again, since the last range sesh, broke it down again. That's why this thing does not look all disgusting like it did in the last video, because again, came right home from the range, cleaned the whole thing down, oiled it, and it seems to be running a lot better. Thankfully, it didn't incur any reliability issues, but still something noteworthy. I did have someone make a comment that they went to check one of these out. I don't know whether or not it was the AXG model, but they said they felt one in the store, and they also noticed the slide was very hard to rack initially. So I don't know if something happened wrong in their QC when these came out, but definitely something to keep in mind. Next, when the first time I took these to the range to zero it, this pin back here came loose. It was actually projecting out of the side. Luckily, I had a tool that same size, push it right back in. It has not been a problem since. Of all the firearms I've shot, I've never had a pin and a grip come loose like that. Again, could just be a fluke with this one model. I don't know. Something to keep your eye out though, because if that falls out, you're definitely gonna have a bad time. So that has been good. That has not had any issues since then. Now, as far as wear on this thing, I do think it's worth noting, and I'll show you guys some close-ups here. This thing is definitely wearing the paint off. And at only 1,000 rounds, that's a concern to me, because that exposed metal at some point is gonna start rusting. So I've paint wearing right here on the edge of the slide. I have some over here, a chip there. And on the inside, there's a significant amount of paint that's wearing off. So things are clearly rubbing that probably shouldn't be rubbing in there. And at only 1,000 rounds, it makes me concerned, where are we gonna be at as I get more rounds on this thing? Now, is that a deal breaker for me? No. Am I not gonna carry it because of it? No. But again, it's not a cheap gun, so if you guys were to buy this and see that happen to yours, I think you might be disappointed. It is also worth noting, right back here underneath underneath the beaver tail where your hand would sit. I didn't notice this the first time, but I did notice this the second time. Right here, I'm feeling a callus coming. So you can see it's not perfectly smooth right there, and it's definitely creating a bit of a hot spot. And the last thing I do want to mention, and this is going to be really hard to show on camera, but it's something that also at only 1,000 rounds is really concerning, is when I hold the grip tight, the amount of play back and forth on this slide, side to side, is a whole heck of a lot. I've never had a firearm that I could sit here and move the slide back and forth. Now, when I first got this thing, I told you guys, it wasn't the tightest thing I've ever felt, but it definitely was not this loose. And I remember with my macro that thing started getting looser over time. That thing has a pretty high round count, and that's not as loose as this. So I don't know if you guys can hear that on the mic, but it's a lot of play. Now, is that gonna be something that makes this gun unworthy? I don't know, guys. It's only 1,000 rounds in. I'm scared to see what this would be at 10,000 rounds. I also wonder if there's that much play in it when this gun is cycling and you're shooting, how is that affecting accuracy if it's willing to go side to side that much? Like, you guys know, if your optic is off just like the slightest bit, your accuracy is shot. So if this thing is moving side to side, it's just something I'm gonna really have to keep an eye out and let you guys know. But so far, that's my concerns, guys. Like I said, these might not be deal breakers for you. Does the gun shoot great? Yes. Is it a flat shooting gun? Does it seem to be super reliable? Yes. I can't really say there's any egregious things about it that make me not trust it. I'm still gonna continue to upgrade this thing, shoot this thing, and let you guys know. But I don't wanna be out here telling you guys just the good things. I don't want you guys to watch my videos and think you're compelled to go buy something because I like it. I think you guys should have all the information possible to make an educated decision, because again, if it was me and I watched a video and some guy did not tell me these things that happened, I'd be pretty upset. So I just want to be honest with you guys. Is it a little disappointing? Yeah. Does it mean I'm not going to use the gun? No. So we'll take this out again. Once I get the optic in, we'll re-zero it. We'll check out the grips from Lock Grips, and we'll see how that holsters, and then we'll give you another update after that. If there's anything I missed or anything else you want to know about this firearm, please drop it in the comments below. I'll get right back to you. A lot of good things coming, so feel free to stick around, subscribe to the channel, and check it out. Peace.